In this lesson, we are going to learn about the floating action button, in short, FAB. FAB can be declared in the scaffold widget, and it is usually dedicated for the most important button on the screen. Therefore, it is recommended that you only create one FAB on a single screen. We will use its location property to control its location on the screen. We can also use its color, size, and icon property to give more customized appearance. Now, let's begin. Today we are going to learn about Floating Action Button class. Floating Action Button is a button that looks like it's floating up in the body, but it is mainly used to create the most important button on that screen. Like app bar and body, we can make it a floating action button widget with the widget given by default in scaffold, but we can also make it another button widget. The default location for floating action button is the lower right corner, but we can also change the location with the floating action button location property. Floating action button has been used to learn the stateful widget class, so this lesson is an extension of floating action button. Let's look at this sample code. First, we are going to set int type variable in the state class. Create a basic scaffold structure. Set the body to a text widget wrapped in center. Use count as the value of the text. Change the int type to string type with toString method. Now we are going to set the topic of the day, floating action button widget. Use the setState to set the onPressed function on the button. The function increases the count variable by 1 each time we press the button. Set icon.add as the child of the button. It serves as a plus shape for the button. Use the background color property to add colors green and set it to green. Lastly, set the position of the button by using the floating action button location property. Set center float as the option in the property. Let's try running this code. As you can see, this button looks like it's floating from the body, and the location is in the bottom center. So if we press this button, it increases by 1 as the setState sets the state. Shall we change it to a different location? If we set it to star float, then what do you think the result would be? The location of the button changes from the center to the start. Now try to practice this for yourself in a dartpad or locally and see the different results and outputs. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.